I know. Oh, here's a poem. One of my favorites. The King's Breakfast, as told by Twiggy.
The king asked the queen, and the queen asked the dairymaid.
Could we have some butter for the royal slice of bread?
The queen asked the dairymaid. The dairymaid said, certainly. I'll go and see the cow now, before she goes to bed. The dairymaid, she curtsied and went to see the Alderney. Don't forget the butter for the royal slice of bread. The Alderney said sleepily,
You'd better tell His Majesty that many people nowadays like marmalade instead.
The dairymaid said fancy and went to Her Majesty. She curtsied to the queen and she turned a little red. Excuse me, Your Majesty, for taking of the liberty, but marmalade is tasty if it's very thickly spread. The queen said, oh, and went to His Majesty.
Talking of the butter for the royal slice of bread, many people think that marmalade is nicer. Would you like to try a little marmalade instead?
The king said,
Bother.
And then he said,
Oh, dearie me.
The king sobbed.
Oh, dearie me.
And went back to bed.
Nobody,
He whimpered,
could call me a fussy man. I only want a little bit of butter for my bread.
The queen said,
There, there.
and then she went to the dairymaid. The dairymaid said, there, there, and went to the shed. The cow said,
Oh, there. I didn't really mean it. Here's milk for his porringer and butter for his bread.
The queen took the butter and brought it to His Majesty. The king said,
Butter, eh?
and bounced out of bed.
Nobody.
He said, as he kissed her tenderly.
Nobody.
He said, as he slid down the banisters.
Nobody, my darling, could call me a fussy man, but I do like a little bit of butter to my bread.
Wasn't that a nice poem?
Hey, Scooter.
Hi, Ralph.
Got a song for you.
Well, gee, I hope it fits in.
It will. At this time, I would like to present my rendition of one of the great songs of our time. That ever-popular classic, You and I and George. But why, you ask? As well you should. Have I never heard this great song of our times? Fact is, nobody has ever heard of this ever-popular classic. In its only recording, You and I and George sold 2 copies. I bought one and George bought one. Where were you? My own mother turns down her hearing aid when I sing this song. You and I and George went strolling through the park one day, and then you held my hand as if to say, I love you. Then we passed a brook, and George fell in and drowned himself and floated out to sea, leaving you alone with me.
You know something? That was a sweet number.
It sure was.
You know something else?
What?
I hate sweet numbers. 'Cause 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 'c
of life. We ain't even got a sister or brother.
But ain't it just great?
Ain't it just grand?
We got each other. Two lost ships on a stormy sea.
One with no sail and one with no rudder.
But ain't it just great?
Ain't it just grand?
We've got each other. Souls on the highway of life, and there is no one with whom we would rather say, ain't it just great? Ain't it just grand? We've got each other.
We got a lot